Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. So before I get started, I instantly just want to apologize because of the few days I wasn't on YouTube. I tell you what, I don't even want to say this because I don't want to jinx it, but it's like 2024 has started out rough for me in our house. um, well, to start off, I had it all planned. I was going to film this day, for Friday, and I was going to film over the weekend for my tutorial for Monday, and it's just one thing after another. To start off, I didn't get a video filmed Friday because I had another migraine. I could not believe it. Even just to sit and think about it now makes me want to cry because it was like, you have got to be kidding me. I have not had a migraine in so long. I had one and then I thought, okay, buck up and move on, and nope, I had another one, and that one was rough. It knocked me down. My head, even now, like my eyes to focus on something, like if I'm reading, my eyes will focus for a split second, then they stop, and it stops, and I'm like trying to see, and I couldn't talk. I couldn't speak right for, like, I would try to form a sentence and my brain would just kind of stall, and I'm like, okay, stop for a second, and then it would work, and then it slowly came out of that. And that was Thursday night, Friday morning, and I thought, well, there goes Friday's video. And I thought, that's okay. Saturday we'll get on track and we will get our tutorial filmed and everything's gonna be great, right? No. So let's see, Friday night, Saturday morning, 1 o'clock in the morning, my husband and I are asleep and we hear this woo woo woo, and I remember waking up and looking at my husband. So I need to explain this. So the way you guys are going to think this is crazy, but our upstairs of our house, the way it's set up, so my husband has degenerative discs in his neck and his upper back, so it hurts him to lay down flat in a bed. So what we have is a couch with a recliner on each end. So he sleeps on the couch, and I, am going to sleep in the same room as my husband. So I drug our mattress from the bedroom to the living room, and I just lay it on the floor. So in our upstairs living room, we have a couch that he reclines and sleeps on, and then I sleep on the floor, right next to him on the mattress. Well, right next to the mattress is a window, right? So, like, how I'm trying to think how I can lay this out to explain it to you guys. So, I'll use my bookmark. Okay, I'll use my bookmark is my mattress, right? So here's my head on my mattress, and then here is our couch, like this. So he's sleeping here, reclined on the couch, and here I am on the mattress. Well, right between the couch and the mattress up here is a little walkway, and then here is the window. So that little setup in your mind, if that was clear as mud, right? So that window is like right by my head, and it's right by his feet. So we're sleeping, right? And I wake up to this woo, woo, woo. And that's what it sounded like. It was crazy sounding. And my husband, just without hesitation, flew off the couch. The couch is actually electric because you cannot find a couch that is mechanically inclined anymore. They're all electric, which is a pain in the butt, because if it's an emergency, you better hope you're quick or you're stuck holding the button waiting for your couch to go back down. Well, he flew off the couch and was out the window looking out like he pulled the blind back and was looking out the blind. And I was still laying down, and I look up at him and I saw his entire front of his body, and then the wall and everything behind him just went woof in this white, purple, yellow light. And I look at him and I'm like, what was that? And I flew the the blankets off of me, stood up, and I look out the window, and an entire block on Caddy Corner from our house is on fire. And it what we were hearing and seeing was the power pole and the transformer blowing. So the fire was causing the power lines to hit and fall, and they were sparking, and the humming that we were hearing was the power from the power lines. And then whenever I looked at him, and I didn't hear it, I don't remember hearing it, but he said it was loud. I didn't hear it because I was panicking, freaking out what was going on with him. And he saw the transformer blow. And well, I look out the window. He's already going past me, and I see just everything burning. And I scream at him, call 911, because I know his phone is, right next to the couch. He called 911, and he said, come on. So he grabbed me, and we went running down the stairs, got our girls out of bed. They were already awake because they could hear that humming, the whoa, whoa, that sound. They could hear that sound, and they didn't get out of bed because they were terrified. My oldest said, at first she said, I kind of thought it was like aliens and we were going to get abducted. I was like, Emma, I love you. So anyway, we get them out of bed, tell them, get clothes on. My husband and I are throwing our boots and because it's, of all nights for this to happen, it is like record low. I think with the wind chill, it was negative 20 something. I think it was like a -5 normally, but with the wind chill, it was making it like -20. So it was like record cold with this fire going. And so we're all getting our stuff on, getting clothes. He's throwing keys because we have my vehicle, my husband's vehicle, my 2 daughters' vehicle, and then like the family vehicle. And he's tossing keys, and he's like, get these cars and trucks out of the driveway, because where the fire is. So we have the main street in front of our house, and here's our front door, and the fire is like right there. So the block that was burning has 5 buildings, like old buildings, and 3 of the 5 are burning. One of them is completely cinder block, like concrete, and then the other one on the other whole side of the block is tin, and somehow the fire department kept that from burning. But anyway, so the embers with the wind are coming right into our driveway on our vehicles, because we have a garage here and a garage here, and then a parking, our driveway, and all of that was getting covered in embers. And my husband's like, get them on, get them started, get them down the street. And he said, if something happens, everybody grab a cat, go to the truck, and leave. Go to the farm, which we know the farm, because my husband is a crop farmer. We don't have livestock or anything, but we don't live at our farm. It's just outside of town. So he's like, if the house starts going or garages start going, everybody grab a cat and get to the vehicle and go to the farm. So we had that planned. But thankfully, I mean, I don't think we were in that much danger. Just it snowed. It was so cold. There was enough moisture from the snow and the ice on the ground that I don't think anything would have caught on fire. But he was ready if we needed to go. So we get that going, and then once I'm trying to think of how to explain this. Once my husband's kind of like, okay, we are safe, we're fine. Oh my gosh, look what's happening. And it was just huge and loud. Oh my gosh, was it loud. Things collapsing and just fire burning everything. And they ended up having to call in 8 different fire departments to help with this fire, because our little village, we ran out of water. And then the next town, you know, they were hauling water to us, and they couldn't keep up because, you know, it's such a distance. And then things were freezing. And then finally, you know, the bigger city to the east of us, I had to stop and think, east of us brought in this huge tower. My husband said it's called, he's a volunteer firefighter, used to be. Um, and he said it's called a tower truck, which I just called it a fire truck with a big ladder. And they got all the way to the top and was, you know, shooting water down into it. And I am going to insert pictures at the end of this video to show you guys, you know, our view and what we seen. And yeah, it was bad. And thank the Lord above, nobody lived there, nobody was hurt. The worst that happened is a couple businesses were lost. That's the worst. And I'm pretty sure they probably had insurance, so everything is fine on that side. Yeah, it sucks. The buildings that burnt were actually in this family for like 40-50 years. Like, this was in their family since they were, you know, the grandparents were kids. So that part is kind of sad, but thank God they're all okay. Nobody is hurt. None of the firefighters were hurt. None of the linemen or the power company or the gas company, none of them were hurt. Praise to them for being out there through all of that cold. But anyway, so all of this started at 1 o'clock in the morning, and my husband and I get everything taken care of, and we're good, and we're settled, and we're just kind of just watching. You know, there's nothing else we could do. Our girls went back to sleep. Well, we had no power, but we have a generator. Long story short, my father-in-law several years ago bought a Generac generator for the farm. Turns out it was the wrong one, and instead of taking it back to get the right one, he just gave it to us to set up on our house, and then he went and bought the one he needed for the farm. It's tax deductible, so why not? So this generator will power our house. We just have to shut a lot of things off. Like out of our heaters, we could only run the our central heat, and then 1 or 2 of the little heaters upstairs, and a lamp. I mean, other than that, we've got the fridge, the freezer, you know, things like that. Like, we made coffee in an old coffee pot. We couldn't use our Mr. Coffee maker. And so that means no computers, no lights, no camera, no nothing. So there went filming the tutorial. So I was like, forget it. I throw up my hands, like, what else could happen, you know? But and then, you know, our house is we're covered in ashes and the smoke. Two of the 3 buildings that burnt were so old they had a rubber roof. So the smoke was burning rubber. And for those of you that don't know, burning rubber is horrible. Like, it's straight black smoke and stinks. Oh, it stinks. So our house, actually, I think today is probably, today's Tuesday. It's like Tuesday at like 5 o'clock. I think it may have stopped burning. I'm not 100% sure. But the last couple of days, our house has smelled so bad. And it's kind of one of those things when you're in it all the time and you haven't left, you don't know that it stinks. So I have no idea if it still stinks or not. I'm sure it does. But anyway, so that's what's been going on around here for the last few days why I haven't been able to film. And I don't know, just thinking back, I have never seen anything like that. Just the helplessness. Just, you stand there and watch. There's nothing you can do. It's just like, my gosh. And the owner, I was watching him. you know, just keep looking at it, and I'm thinking, oh my God, I am so sorry. But anyway, so there was that, and then let's see. There was really nothing else. I will say this totally has nothing to do with what I was just talking about, but I will say, am I the only one, or I will ask, how about that? Am I the only one that gets aggravated with trying to order yarn offline? Like, that is so aggravating to me. So here's the story, okay? I told you guys in the last video that I did that I would decided to start a year-long project for my mother-in-law. I want to crochet her a filet Lord's Prayer, and I found the pattern that I wanted. I figured out the yarn that I'm gonna need, or the thread I'm gonna need. I need 10,000 yards. That is not right. Oh, for Pete's sake. I needed 3,000 yards of a thread with the same dye lot. And I knew instantly I don't want Aunt Lydia's, I don't want Red Heart, because their white thread is so stiff to me and it hurts my fingers. Like, not actual crocheting with it, but like the actual thread running over my finger. That hurts after a while. It's just like, oh my gosh, okay, that hurts. So you try a Band-Aid and that don't work. So I decided for Christmas, I had gotten a $50 Hobby Lobby gift card. Hobby Lobby's thread, something flying in there, is amazing. It's Egyptian cotton, and I love that thread. So I thought, okay, roughly 10, I don't know, cakes or skeins, I don't know what you call a thing of thread, but I need roughly 10 with the same dye lot. I learned through experience, oh my gosh, get the same dye lot and get way more than you think you're gonna need. So I'm like, okay, 10, same dye lot, that's what I need. So we go to a Hobby Lobby, and no, they don't have 10. So my husband's like, let's try this Joann's. Or no. Was it Michael's? I think it may have been a Michael's. Anywho, we go to the Michael's. I find white thread, all the same dye lot. And I thought, well, I don't know if I'll like it because I've never used it. So I thought, I'll try it. It is worse than Red Heart, worse than Aunt Lydia's. So that was a no. Forget that idea. So I thought, you know what? Forget it. I am going to just order it offline. Well, I go to Hobby Lobby to order it, and I thought, well, I'll call the customer service number to see, I don't have my coffee, to see if they would ship all the same dye lot, because I didn't know if they would or not. Nobody answers. Nobody answers. And I'm just like, so I just say, forget it, and I just order 10 of them. Well, they don't ship for like 4 days after me ordering this, and I'm thinking, you've got to be kidding me. This would have just been easier to go to like 15 different Hobby Lobbies to try to find the same dye lot. So finally it ships. Well, it was delivered the day before the fire. It was delivered Friday, but I couldn't get it because the post office in my little village closes at like this ridiculous time, and I couldn't get it Saturday because they just had that fire. Plus, they're only open Saturdays for like half an hour, 45 minutes. So you're lucky if you get there. And it wasn't open Monday because Martin Luther King Jr. Day, which I understand that. I'm not complaining about that at all. Don't be open, right? So finally, I got to get the thread, and I open it, and thank you, it is all the same dye lot. I was so excited. I thought I could just hug somebody right now. Anyway, saying all of that to say, I want to show you guys the filet pattern that I found that I want to make for my mother-in-law. And I will say, I have not made anything like this before. Now, I have done a fillet, actually, I think it was last Valentine's Day. I did a fillet heart pillow and I don't know if I called it an Afghan or a baby blanket. That wasn't hard. I could do that. But this, I need to watch a tutorial. the YouTuber that does tutorials needs to watch a tutorial to learn how to do fillet, because I don't think it's just, you know, you go at it and it works. I think there's actually like a process you have to follow. I mean, obviously I know the graph, but isn't it like, so, you know, you've got your blocks and your spaces, and each block is 4 double crochet in each space. See, I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, this is the fillet pattern that I want to make my mother-in-law. It is. And I will say this, I did not know that it was different versions of the Lord's Prayer. I've only known one since I was a kid, and then I got this and I was like, I got to read in like the I say directions, but the information page, the front of it, and it says Protestant version and Catholic version, and I was like, well, wait a minute, I didn't know there were different ones. And I asked my husband, I was like, well, then what is this? Which this is the one that I've known since I was a kid. And he said that's the Protestant one version. The Catholic version, you leave off a certain part. I did not know that, but is that not beautiful? So my thought is I'm going to crochet it and then maybe like have a dowel rod at the top, and then, you know, from this end of the work to the center, from this end of the work to the center, or however I would do that. And then maybe put something like, the only thing I can think of is like maybe felt or something, like a sheet of felt on the back so that it, well, no, because she has a really dark, so like she has a really dark colored wall. I bet I wouldn't even have to put something behind it, because if she just, you know, just hung it on that dark wall, like if you pretend that this is the actual piece and I put it on this blue, you'd be able to see you'd see it perfectly. So I bet I don't have to do that. Anyway, so it is, let's see, the beginning is 300, chaining 375. It says, let's see, so I'm Protestant version, right? Yeah. It says it's going to measure 31 by 51. So that's 31 by 51, right? Width before length. I have no idea. Sometimes I feel like a doofus because I don't know the simplest things. Let's see. How many rows is it? That's what I wanted to know. It is, let's see, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 1, 2, 3, 4, 204 rows. I think it's 204 rows. I don't know, because the last part it's not numbered. So every row past the line is a multiple of 10. So yeah, 200 rows, or 204 rows. Anyway, my thought is to do maybe 1 or 2 rows a week, and by Christmas I should have it done. Well, considering the huge delay to get the yarn, the thread, you know, it may take a little bit, and then plus me learning how to do this, I'm gonna have to look online. Mercerized cotton. So it says chain 375, 1 double crochet in the 4th stitch from hook, 1 double crochet in each of the next 11. So that's because, you know, the skip chains would be a double, so that would be 12. So is that 12 double crochet? So is that three blocks? I will figure it out. And it's on this really nice, like it's not paper, like it's, I don't know how else to explain it, but it's nice paper, or like plastic, I guess. I don't know. But my daughter has these erasable pens, so I decided that'd be awesome just to, you know, use this erasable pen to mark along where I'm going, and then once I finish the whole pattern, I can just go back and erase it all, and there it is. I've got a brand new one. Brand new pattern. Anyway, guys, I have 100,000 different things that I need to get done. And like I said, at the end, I will add pictures of the fire, and yeah, go from there. So thank you guys for watching. I promise you guys, I'm not going anywhere. It's just things have got to, whoa, for like 5 seconds. Just take a step back. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Hit that thumbs up if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you haven't, so you don't miss what's next. And I hug you just because I need a hug. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.